Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I am Dr. Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth. And I am here today because of what's going on in the news. Some days, the clouds break, the sun shines down, and you just have to step out and smell the roses. And by smell the roses, I mean laugh my ass off that ViacomCBS stocks are in a death spiral, a nosedive, a wipeout of epic proportions. I am here today with my dear friend and arch nemesis, Harvey Cthulhu, and we're going to talk a little bit about this news. Harvey, what do you think?
I think that the Star Trek Discovery hens have come home to roost, and they're not leaving eggs in their nests. They're leaving poops.
Chicken poops.
Exactly.
This is it, folks. ViacomCBS Discovery stock each closed down more than 27%, according to CNBC's article earlier this afternoon. The key points of this article: shares of ViacomCBS and Discovery continue to nosedive on Friday. ViacomCBS and Discovery have been heavily shorted companies as investors remain skeptical of the company's long-term prospects in the crowded media landscape. ViacomCBS shed more than 50% of their value for the week, while Discovery dipped about 45%. Harvey, what do you make of this?
Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? I think that 50% of the stock investors must have stumbled across an episode of Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard.
Yes, one or the other. These are both horrible properties that would make the bottom drop out of any barrel, much less a Wall Street barrel. So Viacom is down more than 50% for the week. And according to this article, shares of ViacomCBS and Discovery continued their dramatic plunge Friday, each closing down more than 27%. That's led to ViacomCBS shedding more than 50% of its value for the week, while Discovery has dipped about 45%.
Isn't it funny how reality works, Doomcock? I mean, they're talking about, the Discovery Channel, but really, karmically, in terms of destiny and fate, what they're really talking about is Discovery, Star Trek Discovery.
Yes, I think that they are inextricably linked, Harvey. The simple fact of the matter is, from day one on my channel, the very first video that I ever made was inspired by the wretchedness of Star Trek Discovery, which is absolutely, positively, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the worst damn things I have ever seen in my life. I am absolutely, unshakably convinced at this juncture that in terms of pop culture, Star Trek Discovery is the worst thing that mankind has ever wrought. It is an abomination in the eyes of God and man, and more importantly, viewers and investors. I think that they are coming around, Harvey. I think that they have seen the light. They have seen the plank, and the plank is not good.
No, sir, the plank is not good at all.
According to this article, ViacomCBS shares began to fall earlier this week after viewers saw Star Trek Discovery. No, that was my mistake. Let me start again here. ViacomCBS shares began to fall earlier this week after the company announced it would raise $3 billion from new stock offerings. It was also downgraded to underweight from equal weight by Wells Fargo, which also downgraded Discovery from overweight to equal weight. ViacomCBS and Discovery have been heavily shorted companies, and investors remain skeptical of the company's long-term prospects in the crowded media landscape. What's changed is ViacomCBS went from a net short position where there was a squeeze and not a lot of stock available, and then the company issued a lot of new stock. Ariel Investments' Charles Bobrinskoy said Wednesday. That put a change in the dynamic where there's not the same type of short squeeze, unquote. Well, here's what's really going on, folks. I think if Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard were these stellar successes that CBS has maintained that they are, Alex Kurtzman has maintained everything's fine, nothing to see here, move along, this is not a train wreck. It is a stack of train cars on the side of the tracks. It's quite a different thing, apparently, but I don't think so. Obviously, Star Trek used to be one of the brightest jewels in the crown of Paramount and CBS, but those gems have been purloined, stolen away by secret hideout and stashed in their subterranean vaults along with their other plundered franchises. And alas, my friends, now the end is near, and so they face the final curtain as they have finally been exposed as failures. CBS All Access, a tragic failure. Star Trek Discovery, a massive failure. Star Trek Picard, the ass end of pop culture. And now, alas, even Star Trek Lower Decks could not save their bacon from this inevitable market correction.
It's funny, you're right, dude. I mean, by their stock shall ye know them. And, they've got, they've got Perry Mason, they've got Star Trek, they've got Hawaii Five-0, they've got all these things under their belt, but their quiver of arrows is quite empty.
Down 50%, I repeat, 50% of ViacomCBS's value is gone. Hey, I wonder how much money they're going to sink into Star Trek Strange New Worlds now, Harvey?
The answer? Too much.
That's right. Oh, if they put a nickel into this garbage, it's going to be too much. If they put 3 cents into this garbage, it's too much. They basically need to turn over their couch cushions, dig deep in the cracks for quarters, dimes, maybe the odd $50 here or there. They're going to need all the money that they can get to weather this storm of their own making. The simple fact of the matter is, folks, this is what Get Woke, Go Broke looks like. ViacomCBS has been absolutely one of the most wokety woke of wokesters out there in the media landscape. These guys have been absolutely abominable in terms of taking every single franchise that they have access to, including the Twilight Zone, and making it as woke as fuck. And what happens when you make your TV shows and movies more woke than fuck?
Oblivion. Self-destruction. The loss of 50% of your monies.
The loss of 50% of their money. I would just ask you folks out there, you cannot really comprehend what this means, but just imagine that you wake up one morning and you go onto your smartphone or whatever and you check on your bank balance and it's 50% gone. Boom. Just like that. How would you feel?
I think you would be in a cold sweat. You would be in a panic. You would be running around with your hands in the air saying the sky is falling, and you would feel like you were at the end of Postal 2. When the skies are raining flaming cats and everyone is peeing napalm.
That's correct. You've played Postal 2, Harvey.
I really enjoyed Postal 2.
I did too. It was a pretty funny game. So, what does this teach us? It teaches us, my friends, do not fuck with great entertainment. Do not be cultural vandals. Do not get on the woke train and undermine things that people love and expect to prosper, because eventually, sooner or later, one way or another, those woke hens are gonna come home to roost and fill your coop with salmonella and chicken shit.
Basically, get woke, go broke.
Exactly, Harvey. Get woke, go broke. I don't know what this means for Star Trek Picard Season 2 or Star Trek Strange New Worlds or any of this Section 31 bullshit that they're trying to shovel. I do know it means they can't afford it anymore. They can't afford to keep throwing good money after bad. They can't afford to keep funding the mutilation of their own intellectual property. I think that this is a market correction that has been long overdue, and it just goes to show, when you turn your back on fans, fans also turn their backs on you. And karma is a bitch, isn't it? From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha.